On today's episode of Anime Afterthought, Black Clover, episode 131, A New Resolve. Well, here we are, episode 2 of our canonical, yet filler, but still being led by Tabata himself, arc. Like I said last week, I'm supremely excited. Finally, we get an experience that both the anime and manga readers can enjoy together for the first time. Yes, it's bittersweet. The anime viewers will miss out on the shock and awe that is the reveal after a time skip, or maybe they won't. I'm not 100% sure where this ends. Maybe it cuts out 2 months after training. I mean, I highly doubt it, but still. But in exchange, we get an entirely new arc. Not only that, Tabata, you know what? He earned some much needed breathing room. The anime's pacing has felt like a non-stop train, constantly nipping at the heels of the manga. I mean, shit, we're only like less than 20 chapters behind it now. And whether it was strategy or coincidence, you can't argue that it's perfect timing. But unfortunately, with everything going down, we have to double make sure to ration this episode out, because after 131 or 132, it may be some time before we get another episode. Yes, due to the ongoing pandemic, a lot of anime and manga are seeing delays in their schedule, and I mean, it makes perfect sense. Safety first. But fuck that heavy stuff. It's Tuesday, and we all know what that means. A Black Clover. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Okay, here we go. Fuck this, I'm dipping out. Oh my god. When Sakurai's in Nero form, it's so cute. Little talking birdie. Yo, if she seriously gets that magic power under check, she's gonna be legit. Like, everything she's done and she still has magic control issue. Oh, that's right, we're fucking going to Hage village. Yeah, we seriously gotta get ass to his own broom or something. Or maybe he can get some kind of enchanted item. Aww. Licked. Now that we know the truth behind the demon, it's fucked up. Yo, he's keeping up though, so. Oh. Is she gonna place a flower at the marker? No. I was actually rooting for Asta this time. Oh god, Belle. Yeah, but for, you know, for the sake of it, he was dying at the time, so. I mean, I will admit it's a pretty nice capture of his face. They gave him some pretty manly, you know, shoujo-esque features going on. What? Oh, I thought that way to fuck with me, old man. You just gotta add a sad-ass piano sound right here, don't you? Oh, is it, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Nash out there. Yeah, there's a lot more children in this village than I thought. Let me guess, he's gonna confess his love and she's going to water fist the shit out of him. I got $5. Come on, where's the punch? Where's the punch? Oh, I fucking knew it. I mean, come on. You can't give up on that classic gag. He's writing about me? Oh god, how is this gonna fucking turn out? Teachers? Yo, why the fuck is Yuna the mut? Oh my god. Okay, that explains why Nero's wearing the mustache. That was very intimidating. I don't know why she got so serious. What the fuck? Yo, Belle, I'm with you. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Oh, it's those two guys. Yeah. Wow, I'm surprised they brought them back in the mix. Oh, I haven't seen him in a while either. See, he's another mysterious character I like to learn more about. But how are grimoires created though? Will we ever go into that? Yeah, it's called training my ass off because I want to be like you. Don't be so shy, Nash. Come on. Blah. Yo, you hear the sound effects? Got the whistling wind and that cape going on? Someone's stepping up their game. Far from it, you've only just begun. That was a nice callback. That was a nice callback. Oh shit, is Mario Leona coming back or? Oh, shit. Okay. I mean, how can you really argue with an episode like that? I mean, it definitely states like this is the calm before the storm. Like, you know something legit is gonna happen. And we even saw in the preview that the lioness is back in action. So yeah, let's take this opportunity to relax, have a little nice visit home. Honestly, today was just a good episode. MVP is definitely Nash. Like, you gotta give it up to that little dude. Even though he has his own source, he actually has mana and can use magic, he decides to still work out his body. Like, you see him doing work, and it's awe-inspiring that Asta has had that effect, not only on him, but the entirety of the village. Both of them have impacted this village so much. Let's face it, I mean, you can argue the semantics all you want, but in reality, converting the old Tato's storage facility into a school would most likely never have happened if it wasn't for Asta and Yuno giving them their monthly salary. Hage is a very, very poor community. It's in literally the Forsaken realm. It's even Magma's like, oh shit, you guys are way out in the fucking boonies. They're living, I don't know, hand to mouth. I mean, the sweat off their brow, they can barely, all they eat is fucking potatoes. So it's like, how did they afford that? Well, the two giant sums of money coming from, the magic knights that used to call this place home, and still do. It's their home no matter what. And you guys, do not hate me for this, but I didn't know what the fuck the father's name was. Is it Orsai? Here comes Butcher number 1. Is it Orsai? I don't know how many times this has been posted in the series so far, but I honestly only know him as father. Yeah, but the whole concept of a school being a rarity out in here is once again showcasing the supremacist overtones of this series. We saw it in Augustus time and time again. He's not just a narcissist, he's a fucking supremacist. He believes in mana and nobility, and they think they're better the more mana they have, and because of the royal nobility have the mana, they see them as being better. I mean, look at Yuno though. So I mean, dude, he's like one of the heaviest hitters. So go fuck yourself. But yeah, but just to see them actually, I think they've actually inspired hope in Hage Village. If you look at it, up to this point, a school wouldn't make sense because none of them, go on to use their magic for huge purposes. It's total utilitarian. They use it to water their fields, as we saw today. The fire used to, light their stoves or warm their houses. I mean, but seeing Yuno and Asta actually amount to something has inspired them to take stock and prepare to the future. The future of Hage Village, the children. Slowly but surely, we see his goal is coming true to show that anyone, even, the peasants of this world, could do anything they want. I mean, he literally is the bottom of the barrel when it comes to this world and determining, how successful one can be. He literally has no fucking mana. Through a sleight of fate, he's been given, this anti-magic, but ever since, just day one, he has always worked his ass off, and it's literally showing its effects in today's episode. I mean, they have built a school to invest in the future, the children of this kingdom, and I fucking loved it. I love seeing that actual change. But of course, you cannot, let the running gags just like slip by you. Of course, Asta professing his love and asking Sister Lily to marry him once again, and she gives him the water fist of death, and it's just fucking hilarious. Like, if you bet against me, I mean, we all agree, you all owe me $5. We'll let that slide for now. Go buy yourself something pretty. You know what? Go have a Big Mac on me. But yes, and then you see Noelle, misinterpret that like, oh, someone is yelling. It sounds like Asta. What? Marry me? How are you doing? And then she goes to say, you know what? It's honestly, it's like hitting a fucking parked car. Like, how can you argue? The car was parked. You ran into it. Like, the whole exchange was just comedic gold. There was some really funny part. I mean, we started out with that whole broom gag. It's fucking hilarious. By the way, Asta needs to get himself some kind of magical enchanted item or something. I don't know, get him some fucking Percy Jackson flying Converse, or some fake wings or something. Like, I don't know what he needs to do, but he needs to find his own way to get around. But yeah, but it just wasn't, comedy. There was some serious moments. We see Sekre, or Nero. I don't know what I want to call her. I mean, in bird form, it makes sense to call her Nero, but then human form do you call her? That's 2 names. I'll just call her Sekre. Now, Sekre finally revisits, the living tomb of Lumiere, for the first time since his actual death. I mean, he's been encapsulated for what was it, 5 centuries? She looked over him for 500 years, basically by herself, overlooking not only him, but the entire world go on and turn into what it is. Slowly but surely seeing the effects of the devil come back and initiating, the entire elf arc. It's a very emotionally deep moment when she returns and places a single flower on what basically is his grave. Same thing with Licht. I mean, the demon head has played a pivotal role, whether it be subconsciously or consciously, throughout the entirety of the series. I mean, hell, it was, the first thing we see in this series, a giant fucking demon skull. So it's like, oh shit. But now to know the truth behind it, it makes that scene so much more impactful, that it's more like a monument, a grave marker to everyone who's been affected by the word devil, basically. But then going from that and then hearing Nash work out, like that's a good sequence of events. Like I really enjoy that. It's just today's episode, it was pretty fucking good. I like it. There was some good comedic moments, especially with Belle. I really do like that she has a personality and characteristics. I mean, Salamander is closer to a pet. I mean, I don't know if it could even talk. I mean, I'm really glad they gave this spirit, human characteristics. If it was just some kind of like fucking nonchalant thing, like I don't know. I'm just really glad that they gave her the personality that they did. Completely infatuated with fucking it's hilarious to see her go gaga goo over him. But then in today's episode, be treated like a fucking doll and then just sit there and take it. And then obviously, after being handled like a Barbie for God knows how long, she's exhausted and incapacitated and only wakes to the sound of suckle, 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 suckle. As did breastfeed? Noelle, is that what this house playing was going on? Because it got very fucking weird. I didn't see any bottles. I mean, maybe that's just me. Maybe that's where my fucking head's at. But why would you have play the mother and Sekre give her a fake mustache and play the dad? I don't know. And then you turn the camera, like what am I supposed to assume there? You turn the camera, I see Belle's face look in just horror and disgust, and I hear the word suckle, 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 suckle. Like, come on. But yeah, I'm like I said, I really enjoyed today's episode. It had, some deep emotional moments. It had, its comedic value, and it has that all-inspiring, Asta and Yuno, especially Asta, is affecting the world in a way he wanted to. The peasants of Hage Village are finally investing in their own futures, especially in the children's future, and all the callbacks are fucking hilarious. Like the fucking, you see the 2 dicks from episode 1 have turned over a new leaf. You see that the old, Gandalf looking motherfucker, he makes a return. Oh, once again, before I end this phone call, grimoires, okay? Everyone is unique. Everyone has its owner, all right? Obviously, Asta is a little bit special. Where do the fuck they come from? How are they created? Do they just exist all of a sudden? Or is this like some kind of magic fairy factory somewhere in some kind of different plane of existence, different dimension, creating this shit? Like, I don't know. I hope we go, more into the lore of the grimoires themselves, because he goes pretty specific and says each one is unique. Each one has their own owner. And we know that, they disappear when the owner dies. So it's like, dude, where the fuck you guys coming from? I brought up ethereal. Like, you can't, you can, but you can't. Like, you can't introduce demons and not expect us to assume there's maybe gods or something. Like, is that the next step? Like, is this the demon arc? Let's say we go ahead and kill the demons and then fucking gods come out of nowhere. Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think where this series could possibly go. It's just very, Tuesdays really gets my gears going. I like to think and theorize where the series is going. Like, I see a lot of potential in world building and character progression, and this is why I love Black Clover. I just but I think for now we'll go ahead and call it quits. I think I've rambled on enough. Not really a true breakdown of today's episode. It was more loose. Like, I didn't go word for word. This happened. It's just, I wanted to pick up on the highlights. But I'm gonna go ahead and watch 131 one more time before, I head to venture outside and I guess go play in the sun. So with all that being said, and possibly one more episode around the corner, fingers crossed. Well, either way, I cannot wait for future episodes.